What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDMAC, and welcome back to another episode of Hermit FTB. Oh yeah, baby. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing quite nice. And today we are going to continue on with blood magic. Last time we left off, we got to the tier 3 altar, which is pretty cool. And just real quick, a lot of people in the comments, the biggest things I saw, one, a lot of people couldn't believe about the whole crystals, the regen crystals, and that they were doing regen. By the way, I started using, put that back on. It's kind of funny because this, yeah, the Vajayjay, that's after the Vajra, the tool from that other season that I named it. A lot of people comment about that. That mine's real slow. It's kind of interesting that the Tinker's ones here, they kind of stink. For a lot of other things, they mine up the crystals super duper fast. So, pretty neat, but people were wondering, do these stack? And I do believe they do. I didn't really test it in the episode, I just kind of flung them out. But, alright, so if we have one there, oh, in fact, let's put it a little bit closer. Alright, let's put the regen crystal. If we put one crystal there, and we do our self-sacrificing, you can see the hearts are going down. I'm just holding the right click, so not regenning fast enough. I start to put in a few more, and I hold it down. Still not quite keeping up. But if I put in, let's just put in all of them now. I think that should be a obvious enough test. Oh, goodness. Giving me problems. Alright, so we put them all in. And now you can see, yeah, I stay up. So they obviously stack in some way or another, but it works. So very neat. Next thing was, yes, I should put sound mufflers, and I'll get to doing that eventually. I hope you guys can deal with it for now, but I want to try and move away from having to cut ourselves, be all emo, and try and get a way to automate this. People were suggesting and telling me about that you can put the blood into the tanks. I was testing out with this. It's pretty cool. It's pretty slow, I will tell you that, but there are ways to upgrade it. So hopefully we can get into that today as well. Let's pop these off for now. Boop. And let's get these tanks out. I also set it up to automate with my AE system. Whether we'll ever have to actually use that, I don't know. But I got a lot of runes, even more in our system, already done up. So hopefully that should be enough for now. So, to move on, if we want to get to the tier 4 altar, which is what's required to make the next most commented thing, the Well of Suffering, which will automate hitting the mobs and putting blood into our system. To get there, we have to have a tier 4 altar. Now, to get to a tier 4 altar, let's just kind of look over here for a second. Okay, so we're at the Magician Stone. I guess the Master one. Anyway, this is the item that we need to get to the next thing, is the weak blood magic shard. And to get that, we have to get the bound sword. Okay, so to get the bound sword, we're going to have to do a ritual. So should be pretty neat. Will be our first ritual. It's not like the first easiest one. We could have gotten to this sooner, but and it's because we need dusk stones. This will all make sense once we get into it. So anyway, to get to this, I want to make this little stick right here. All right, and we're going to need to make these different elemental things to make the stick, and this will help us set up our rituals. So let's get to that. Let's try and craft this. We're going to need, in fact, let's see. Is this base? These little things. Where are they? It's a bit much. This is my first time doing it. So lapis block to make that one. So lapis block, magma cream, obsidian. Is that obsidian? Yep, obsidian, and the ghast here. And this is the dusk thing I was talking about. To get that, that's coal, but it requires a tier 4. These only require tier 3. Alright, cool. I got all those items. Let's go and try and make these. So let's throw it into our blood altar. And can I throw it in here? Let's see, let's put you there, you there, you there, and where's the other thing? 3, and lapis block, 4. So I should be able to automate this to all go in, boom, 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 boom. They'll get sucked in and put in, cool. All right, so we got our first one. I didn't set up for it to take it out. Dang it. You got to make the first one so you can even set it. Okay, so got the first one. Doing the next item. All right, so a little slow. I'm just going to wait till this is done, and then we'll come back. All right, so I got all these different elemental tool inscriptions. That's cool. Let's go into our AE system. We want to make this stick. All right, got our pattern. And donk. Okay, cool. Let's throw all these guys into our AE system, and that should be able to craft it up now. What on earth is that thing called? Ritual. All right, there it is. Let's craft it up. Begin. Awesome. And you know what? I'm going to have to make, I think, all those things again. All right, so we got all of our elemental inscriptions. Got a whole bunch. I made a bunch more of them. We've got our ritual little sticky thing, and we also now have ritual stones. And these guys, pretty easy to make. To make the normal ritual stones, you just need to be Apprentice Blood Orb, and then you need to make the master one, which is going to take the Magicians, which is the tier 3, and we recently got. So I got those done already. Now the reason you want this stick thing, it makes these rituals so much easier. We're going to put this, I think right there is good. And then we are going to want to rotate this to, I'll know it when I see it. Suppression, call Zephyr. You can basically see what all the rituals are. Binding, I believe, is the one we want. So now that we have that, as long as you have the ritual stones in your inventory, instead of having to set out each one, and you can individually go and color them if you want to, and when you break it, it goes away. This stick will set out all the patterns for us, which is super convenient. So I can just right click on it, boom. Right click on it, boom. So, and just keep on doing this. Now, if you don't have enough room down, it won't lay down all the rest of the stuff. Is that all of it? All right, and now it's not doing that little magic-y thing anymore, so I can't set any more down. So super duper cool. In fact, we could have had that probably down all the way. So the next thing, in order to activate this ritual, we need to get the weak activation crystal. Pretty easy, it's just a lava crystal and only requires the weak blood orb. I automated since last episode lava buckets. We're running into a problem not having enough. So let me see, where's my AE thing? Should be able to make a lava crystal. Oh, in fact, we already have one made. Super cool, super cool. Let's run up to our system. Let's throw this lava crystal in there. And, ooh, that's draining quickly. Where's my knife? Where's my knife? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I cannot wait to get this automated and not have to cut myself anymore. Oh, it looks like we got it already. All right, so I got it. And let's just go, and I think, let me see, right click, shift right click. No, do I have to bind it to me? Oh, there we go, I'm gonna run out of the way. Is it gonna do it? Was it doing it? Uh-oh, what's wrong? Oh, we need to get, let's see, sword, we need a diamond sword. Again, thank you. And let's turn off our coin of suck just in case. I don't want it to suck our stuff away. Let's go. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Craziness, craziness. All right, are we doing okay? Awesome! We got a bound sword. Bound blade. Super cool. So why do we need this bound blade? That actually looks really weird in my hand. That looks like an orb in my hand. Is that the right thing? What? That looks so bizarre. Do I have to right click it? I don't know. I don't know what's up. So anyway, the reason we need this, let's go find some mobs to kill. All right, I hope this thing still works. I know Slipgator at one point came over and turned it to DMAC something for signal. So there's that. I have a little bit of mob juice going on. I don't want the grinders to be working. So let me find out if this is actually working or not. Let's throw in, I guess, zombie pigmen we'll have to do for now. And we don't have to do exact copy. So that will save a little bit. Let's see if this works. And spawns them in. I don't know. I don't think there's any light going on. Is this guy getting power? Okay, there we go, there we go. So the bound sword, the reason that it's a circle is you have to press shift and then right click. And that'll get it into an activated sword, but it is sucking life points when it's out like that. So anyway, let's start to hit these guys. And hopefully we should get blood crystals, maybe? And that's good that they're not a one-hit kill, because you got to get like little swirlies on them when you hit them. Alright. What's going on? Let's shut this off. Let's deactivate the sword. Awesome. See, we're getting these weak blood shards. These are what's required to get up to the next tier. If you can look at the uses, tons of stuff that you need it for, but in particular to get these large bricks, we got to get a whole bunch of these to get to the next tier. Actually, I guess not that many, but it is definitely a requirement. So let's shut this off. I'm going to go grind these guys for a little bit. Ooh, it got me a normal zombie. That's strange. And look at that. It's getting them slowly but surely. Alright guys, we're back, and we can finally now use, I got a total of 29 weak blood shards. We can use this to go to the next stage. Boom! 32 large bloodstone bricks. Cool. So this is the block, sort of like the glowstone required for the next stage. We're also going to want to make a whole bunch more runes. I think the entire thing requires 36. So I'll make 30 of these guys. Boom. Thank goodness I had all those slates already done. And it's going to go where this gold is, right here. So let's knock this all out. Alright, cool. So now let's throw on all these runes, and you can use whatever runes you want. I'm doing these just because we're going to start sacrificing stuff pretty soon. And each of these will increase the amount of life points, LP, that you get from each sacrifice. So we did those two. We'll throw in 2 more speeds. And the speeds are, I forget if I talked about this already, but the speeds do make it so that it crafts stuff faster when you throw it in there. So speeds, and then we'll just do, I guess for now, a normal rune. We can update that later. Then in the corners here, we want up 2 blocks that time. This time it's going to go up 3 blocks. So it should, each one will be 1 higher than the last. So like that. So that's 4 blocks up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll worry about the decorating, the whole look of it later. Alright, hopefully this works. I'm going to be really disappointed if this isn't it. Dunk. Dunk. Alright. So we should now see ourselves in tier 4 when we do our sigil thing. Tier 4. Sweet! So now we can do tier 4 rituals. I'm going to tear this guy down for now. Alright, cool. And we can now make this dusk thing, which is required. Let's see, where are you, Dusky? Bam! So that's going to be a block of coal. Let's throw that into our altar. Bam. It's probably going to suck through it super duper quick. Nice! We got the dusk one. Perfect. So now we can start to do a self-sacrificing thing. And I'm not really sure where I want to put this. We're going to need, because we're going to make kind of like a mob farm or something. Probably should build this ritual, this whole thing somewhere else. I also could funnel guys over. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let me think about this for a little bit, and we'll figure out where we're going to build it. Alright, guys. So I got the altar moved. Got our tier 4, which, let's just double check it. Yep, tier 4, all set. I went ahead, I upgraded to the Master Stone. To do that, all it is just throwing in one of these weak blood shards right into the altar. So, I didn't think that was that important to show you doing, but it'll turn in that orb. So now, I want to try and get this automated. So, I put a Master Ritual Stone in right there. I'm using the Ritual Well of Suffering, and it shows you right here. Now it says, used to explore new types of rituals, and it says, cannot place Dusk Runes. So Dusk Runes are the new things that we're able to get from this Dusk Element inscription. So pretty cool. So anyway, you got to keep that in mind. So this set out all those runes. I think that's as far as it can go. Then, let's hop down here. Boom, boom, just like that. Let's set in a blank rune. Oh, no, you know what? That's not where we wanted it. I knew I needed that shovel for something. Okay. So let's set. Is it right there? Yep, that's the right spot. So going just diagonally from the red ones in the corner. It should be the right spot. Oh, I really should start using this blood magic thing. The magnetism one. It's not nearly as annoying sounding as the coin of suck. The coin of fortune. Alright, so we got the 4 corners in. Let's get our little handy dandy element inscription tool. Do our dusk stones. Boom, boom, or dusk runes, or whatever the heck they're called. So now that those are placed in, we can now finish our Well of Suffering. I hope. Alright, and it stopped, and that is complete. Sweet. Alright, so now we got to build a mob trap to go with this. It should be close enough. If I have to, I'll move it. But no, let's now go, and I'm going to build just a 3-high room right underneath this. So let me do that, and then we'll come right back. Oh, baby. So I got a nice little room. I used the futuristic armor plating block just because I believe they have a higher blast resistance than normal blocks. So that's pretty cool. Got darkened glass from extra utilities. And let's just look at the recipe for that. Right here. Just the blackout curtains, which we've used before. And then, yeah, it's a little bit more complicated. Sandy glass. And that's just glass with sand. So, kind of interesting. Anyway, I definitely recommend them. And basically what that's going to do is prevent any light from getting through. So we can see through the glass, but it won't hurt anything with mob spawning. So pretty cool. Alright, we get all the corners. Got that corner. Got there. Awesome. Let's get this one too. Awesome. And this is the last one left. I'll fill... Oh, wrong thing. Do the first layer of that. Okay, so now we got to hurry when doing this. Let's set down the cursed earth, and we're going to start off with the cursed earth one, cursed earth mob trap, and then once we have our essence up and going, we can switch over to that. But anyway, let's get the cursed earth up. Gonna have to do this quick. Don't. Awesome. Get our wand back out and boom. Alright, so we have night vision on. If I take off the night vision, which one was the night vision? I can't remember. That's saturation. I think that one's the night vision. Yeah. So it should be perfectly dark in there unless I didn't fill something in right. Yeah, it's looking perfectly dark. Awesome. So the cursed earth should slowly spread, and we'll get more mobs, and I'm not seeing them take any damage yet. Oh no, is our thing too far away? Oh yeah, I completely forgot. We gotta activate the ritual. Alright, so let's take this ritual stone, and I think all I do is right click, bam! Awesome. So we got it activated. By the way, guys, you got to keep in mind, got to have enough LP in order to activate it. It costs a heck of a lot, so make sure that you have plenty of life points. So now that's activated, I don't see him taking damage. Oh, this is no good. This is no good. You know what, guys? I'm willing to bet that we made our altar too far away. Dang it. This is absolute shenanigans. So check this out. If my blood altar was just one lower, look at this. You'll hear the noise go on. It's just one too high. Why? One. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. All right. So anyway, I'm just going to move this one down. I think that's actually going to be easier because I don't have enough to make enough runes to get us as high a tier as this one is. Oh my goodness. So I moved it one down. I think we finally got it, and check it out when we look at my LP, my life points. Look at how fast that's going up. Oh, it's craziness. Awesome. So now we basically have automated life points. Sweet. Now we can actually start to do some really super cool stuff with blood magic. Just go bonkers. Absolute bonkers. Aw, yeah. Check out our altar now. I think it looks completely awesome. Completely awesome. So, as far as our life points, we are at 1,000,000, 6 zeros. Craziness. So can't fill up anymore. That's cool. I want to try and find a way to automate this. I want to see if it will work with AE. And I guess first with the liquids. So let me pump that guy out, and we got a wire right there. Let's throw a monitor right there. Oh, that's going to be hard to see. Yank that out. Okay, cool. And let's throw a fluid import bus into the side right there. Now, I already set up a storage drive for the blood. Let's get one more little wire there. Boom. And we're going to need to get some blood just so that we can tell it what to do. So let's grab some blood in a cell. Let's tell it blood. Look at that. That is pretty cool. Oh, that is pretty cool. We're going to get so much blood. All the blood. All the blood. And how's our little thing doing it? Alright, so it's still got a lot. Let's see if we can suck it out faster. Does that seem faster to you? It seems about the same. I think we're going to have to use some other runes. Now, this rune right here, rune of dislocation. This guy, yeah, takes a bunch of these 3rd level slates, so it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. That's why I want to set up some automation for this. But this is going to make it so that we can suck the liquid, I believe, out of this faster. Because I don't think that made any difference. Yeah, it does, when I set this up, it does look like it's sucking out a little bit faster. But I think those runes would make it go even better. So that's cool. We only are up to, what is that, 3 buckets? So it's not coming out fast, but it is coming out, and we can use that extra storage in the future. Now, other automation that we can do. Let's see. If we do a precision import bus, I can tell it to import, let's say some stone at first. So I'll tell them import stone and stack at a time. Okay, cool. And then I can, on the bottom, if I can find my way down, so this should automate it to do slates and let this pull out stack at a time. Now let's connect this wire in. Let's see if this works. Boom, boom. Perfect. Perfect. Can we get out of here? Where's our little hole? Alright, awesome. Now let's connect this guy in. Like so. Whoa. Check it out. It's a-working, it's a-working. So it's probably going to still take some time, but I'll let this just run for like a while and see how many slates we can get. In fact, let's just see. Slates. We already have 104 slates, so I actually should be working on the reinforced ones. But I'll let this run for a while so that we don't even have to really worry about the crafting. Now, the next thing I'm kind of curious about too is, are we able to use an ME interface on this guy? Because that could be even cooler. I'm thinking it might be too slow of a crafting method, but it would still be neat to test out. So I guess I'll let a bunch of these slates get all made up. Let me check how much time we have left in the video and see what else we're going to be able to get to today. Alright guys, so the automation is working. I switched around and put the import bus on this side so we can actually access both from the top, and then I'll probably switch the liquid access down around to the bottom. I think that would be a little bit better of a setup. So I guess the last thing that I really want to do before leaving you is setting up a way to void out all these items, because it's getting super annoying when I'm trying to work with these guys and every time picking up all sorts of mob drops. So I think I'm going to do it just like this. So this is just going to end up voiding out everything that's coming from this trap. So just go like that. We can set on advanced item collector. This is the same way I suggested Zul'jin to do this. 3, and I'm going to up this to 4 blocks. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3. 3 would probably be fine, but it's not going to void out everything to 4 blocks. And notice, don't see any items in there. So perfect. Absolutely loving this system. And pretty soon we may not even need to upgrade to something higher than this. I do think, the Cursed Earth, when we played with it before, we did have a few problems. Because I think the mobs will be spawned unless we're in this area. So that I'm not sure about. You guys can let me know in the comments. Any other pointers about this? I think next episode I want to start getting into the whole armor and other tools and actually do some more fun stuff, and then possibly get to the tier 5. I'm not sure if we're able to do that yet without getting into the whole alchemy and spells and everything, but we should have plenty of slate for everything we want to do next time. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you don't mind. We did, we learned a lot today. I think we got just, the most important part, our system automated, up and automated. So super, super important. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do not forget to leave a thumbs up. You guys have been slacking lately. Slacking. Need more thumbs up. Need them. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace out.